Hello, Oliver. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. I love the technology. There's a
I
lot of
can
problems in
barely
the
hear
world.
you. Turn it up a little bit.
Oh, hang on.
How about now?
I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Go like this right here.
Oh,
There
sorry,
you
I just
go.
had some.
Yeah,
How are you, brother?
no problem. How you been?
Oh, good man. And I understand all the concepts of what we talk about, but I'm having a real mind storm at the moment of feeling no good and just But it's all the mind, isn't it? It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I love your background there. It's beautiful.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. Yeah, basically the way it works is, yeah, the mind comes in and is like this commentator that's always making comments about what this is.
Yeah.
Where are you at in terms of self-realization?
Oh, I think I'm pretty close. But I've got a lot of decisions coming up in the future about travel and what I'm going to do, and it just sort of plays on my mind
Yeah.
um, rather than just being sort of confident. I know everything works out in the end. Yeah, so it's all sort of over nothing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, because when we look at what our true nature is, when we pause, because we have the ability, we can pause what's happening right now. Like the thoughts are coming, but we can pause our thoughts and just be right here, right now. And we can just fall back into this space of beingness. Because really, you're the
Mm,
infinite being. You're just having
I
this human
know, I know, I
experience.
know, I know this all, but maybe this is just yeah.
Mhm.
But these thoughts are just unbelievable. Not they're not. There's just sort of thoughts coming up.
Can you look at the thoughts? Do you Can you look at the thoughts as invitations, like invitations to a party or invitations to get your
Yeah,
attention? Is there some space that opens up between you, the real you, and the thoughts that are coming? Do you see them coming as invitations, or do you see them as you are your thoughts?
I see them as I am my thoughts.
Mhm. That which is saying that which just said that which
Just
just said, that's my thoughts. Can you be that which is aware of it?
yes, I can. I know that what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know
I've
what
been
it
doing
is.
this for years. I've been researching this for years, and how do you get over that final bit of just realizing that this world is just a dream? It's quite difficult, that little
Yeah,
final bit.
it sounds like you've been listening to a lot of different things and you have a lot of things in your head and the mind's, playing with that. But really all you need to
Yeah,
do is just give up on all those thoughts, forget about everything that you've learned, any thoughts, anything you know about self-realization, anything you know about the mind. Because actually, if you pause right here, right now, if you just stop and you just get present, you drop from being up here in the head and then just come straight down into your heart and you just pause for a minute, pause everything, like what's really here right now? What's here right now? What do you see? What's
just
arising?
nothing.
Yeah, there's nothingness. Now the thoughts might come. Do you have any thoughts that are coming?
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah. So basically the
Mm,
thoughts are coming and you're that which is aware of the thoughts. So you can't be your
yes.
thoughts if you're aware of it, right?
Yes.
Is that your direct experience?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's your direct experience. So they're just thoughts. They're innocently just arising in this space of consciousness. And for some reason, you're taking them to have some kind of meaning. Like if somebody called you up on the phone right now and said, "Oh, I hate your guts. I can't stand you," and you didn't know who they were, it was just some stranger calling, like what kind of effect would that have on you?
Wouldn't affect me in the slightest.
So can you look at your thoughts like that? I mean, they're just innocent thoughts. For some reason, you're personalizing them and taking them
Yeah.
seriously and taking them to be truth when they're not. They're just innocently floating by, but you're the one that gives them the meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. Like clouds in the sky or waves on the ocean, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's all stuff that you've probably learned from hearing it, but that just needs to be your direct experience. Those are all like pointers. It's just pointing you to look into your own experience. And that's what I want to do with you now is just be right here, right now, and just see what's happening. Like we see, like, what do we really know for sure? Like, what do you know for sure right now in your direct
Nothing.
experience?
Nothing.
Nothing,
Just I'm
right? Yeah.
alive. I'm
Mhm.
just sitting here.
Are there any thoughts arising?
No.
And do thoughts sometimes arise?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's okay if they arise as long as we don't, take them personal and believe everything they say. That's okay to be there. And even after you realize your true nature, that you're the infinite being, that you're the effortless
I
being.
actually do know that. I know that, but these just these they come
Mhm.
up and what are they? The past and the future. What are you going to do then? And what happens if you lose all your money? You got no job. It's all just like
Yeah, that's just all stuff from the mind. Pay it no mind. It's just basically the way it works. It's like the demiurge, what we call it. It's like an energetic game. It doesn't want to see you realizing your true nature. It wants to take your energy and give you all your energy to these thoughts to try to get you to play in the world of duality, which actually takes your energy away and your joy away of what you really are, which is the effortless being. It takes no effort to be. Everything's coming to you automatically. It always has. You've always
yeah,
been this presence of beingness, and life has always worked out for you. Everything's been coming to you automatically. It's nothing you personally have been doing. So it's give up the control.
yeah, yeah,
Give up the control. Relax. Everything's been being taken care of to this point. The infinite being knows what you need and it provides it to you effortlessly. It takes no effort for these things to come into your life. So whether it's jobs, careers, decisions you got to make, any of that stuff, that's all been happening automatically for you effortlessly. It's nothing that you
I know.
controlled or nothing you've made happen. It's just effortlessly arising.
Mm,
So
I
there's
know,
nothing to
man.
worry about. You have everything already. You're already whole. You're already complete. And when you manifest from that, from knowing your true nature, that you're whole, that you're complete, all those other things effortlessly come into your awareness. All those things effortlessly manifest. You're taken care of. Everything's taken care of for you. There's really nothing
Yeah,
for you to do once you know what you truly are. Then you can have that same confidence. And then you'll come to view the thoughts as just innocent thoughts coming by. You can think of them, as just like you said, clouds in the sky that are passing by. You get to that point where there's a lightness about it. There's really nothing serious going on because if you just stop and pause right now and you just look around, like, what's
I
wrong?
know. It's just looking at, but why? Where do these thoughts come from, and why do they
Mhm.
come up? And sometimes so intense. I don't know.
Yeah, the thoughts, the only reason they're feeling like that, like they're intense, is for
Because
some,
you sort of take them on board.
what's that?
You sort of take them on board as being
Mhm.
you. I mean,
Yeah,
what do
you're
you think
you're
about?
you're personalizing them for some reason.
Yeah,
And usually it's because it's a case of mistaken identity. To this point in your life, you've always thought that this person, like I used to think, my name is Rob, I'm this separate person. I went to college here, I have this career, I have this job, I have this family, I play this role in life. And you have this separate person, this separate me, and that you're giving all of your identity to. You're identifying with this. But when you look around, there's no separate me here. It's just
I know.
this.
I
Yeah.
totally understand it. It's just
Yeah.
a crazy
It's just thoughts and the thoughts are
paradox, isn't
just,
it?
yeah, they're just playing with you. And really the best thing to do is to really pay them no mind. Like,
Yeah, we're
when
just
we
forget
give
about them.
energy to it, when we focus on it, when you're focusing on it and you're thinking about it, you're giving your energy to it, and then it builds momentum, and then you get these stream of thoughts. And if you can just
Yeah.
view the thoughts as it's not who you truly are, it's not what you truly
So,
are.
do you do meditation or anything?
No.
No.
The
And
best
how
type of
did you get to this
meditation you could
point? I
do
mean,
is go, go ahead, what?
how did you get to this? What you're doing now. I mean, what's your background?
Yeah, but the way my story is, what the way it came about, I was a seeker. I was seeking, same as you, like had these thoughts, that would come in and say, "Oh, you're not good enough," or,
Mm,
"Why does God permit wickedness?" Or, "What's the purpose of life?" Or, "Is there more to life?" Like, I'd have all these questions. I'd start questioning life. So I wanted to know, like, where is true happiness? How can I be happy? Because then I'd get all these material things in my life, money, relationships, I have all these different things that would happen, but that was never fulfilling for me. And they were
yeah.
temporary. It'd come and it would go. And it was always, even when I had those things, I didn't feel totally complete. So I kept questioning it. So I was a seeker. I kept seeking it. And then different things came into my life as I was seeking. Then I started learning about self-improvement. So like Tony Robbins, that kind of stuff, trying to make a better life, making this, improving yourself. So self-improvement, I got into that. And then I got into, religion, learning about Christianity, that kind of thing. And still none of those things helped. And then I came across The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, was talking about
Wow.
manifesting, your best life and stuff like that, how your thoughts create reality and how you can intentionally bring about the life that you want just by believing the thoughts that you want. So you could pick the thoughts you want and create the life you want. As long as you thought about you thought about what you want, that's all you'd ever get. So I was kind of interested in that, and then I saw that, well, that didn't really work because I had to put forth a lot of effort and striving. I had to do like vision boards, and I had to purposely think about things. And I said, this doesn't feel right. Like, so I knew there had to be more. So I kept searching, and then she came out with another book called The Greatest Secret. And in that book, David Bingham was one of the featured teachers in there. And Rhonda had said, "Oh, I learned my true nature from David." And everything that was in that book was resonating with me. Like, because it was talking about, what's your true nature, self-realization, realizing your true self. And then they had chapters in there about the mind and the thoughts. And so they had all these different speakers in there, these non-duality teachers and all these different things. And so everything they were saying was like resonating with me. It was almost like my intuition kind of knew, like, knew what it was and it just felt right. And so then when David said in that, I was listening to the audiobook and he said to me, he said in the book, he goes, "You are the infinite being having a human experience." And when he had said that to me, everything just kind of clicked for me there. Because up to that point, I had thought that I was this, separate person. And really, I found out it was just like a bunch of thoughts that I had. Because when I actually did the direct experience, like I'm trying to encourage you, I just look around. Like there's no person here. It's just thoughts that I was believing, a bunch of these thoughts that were stringed together with this person called Rob. But this essence of beingness, this essence of aliveness that's always been here that I can remember as far back as I can, even as a kid,
Yeah. All
even
same,
as a
same. I
boy.
haven't
It's
changed.
yeah, this
I haven't
existence,
changed at all. Yeah.
yeah, this sense of
Fearless.
existence that's here has always been here the whole
Yeah.
time. But I had labeled it Rob, and I had made my mind these had made a story about it. And so I had believed it. So really it was a case. So then when he said, "You're the infinite being," I'm like, wait a second, I kind of knew that because this sense of
Yeah.
existence, because when I started questioning, getting curious about this sense of existence, this beingness, I'm like, well, this beingness is impersonal. This existence is impersonal. And I started asking, well, what is this? What am I?
Yeah.
What am I really?
Yeah.
And then I started to say, well, this beingness, I said, can it die? I'm like, no, it
Never
can't
dies.
die.
No.
Can't, how can it die? I said, like, can I stop being now? No, I can't stop being now. Can I stop existing? No, let me try as hard as I can to stop being. And I would try really hard to stop being, to stop existing. And the more I did that, I couldn't do it. And the more I did that, it just got revealed to me that, oh, wait, I'm just this existence. This is simple. I've been overlooking
And
it
it's
the
just
whole
all
time.
happening. It's all happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was just,
But Rob, I know it's
yeah,
true. Just sorry, quickly.
yeah, go ahead.
In the morning when you wake up from a deep sleep
Hmm.
for like about 2 or 3 seconds, the mind hasn't clicked in yet, and it's total bliss. Then
Yeah.
the I thought rises, the ego, and it's
Mhm.
like, fuck, what am I going to do today? Work, all these.
Yeah.
You know the feeling?
Yeah. That's exactly how it
Yeah.
goes. So when you first wake up in the morning, just as you go, you're coming up, everything's just bliss. Everything's just
Peaceful,
arising
and it's
equally and
beautiful.
effortlessly. You're at a state of peace, with deep peace. There's no mind. It's just this presence, right? And everything's just arising effortlessly in this space of beingness. The thoughts are arising, the body sensations, all the images are arising equally and effortlessly. It's not like one's up here and one's down here. Everything's just coming as one. So there's just like this oneness here that's just coming. And then all of a sudden the mind kicks in. Okay, well, your name is Rob. You got
Yeah,
to go to
yeah,
this job, and you got to go
yeah.
take a shower, and like all these thoughts come. Then you get lost in your thoughts. But then if I just snap back for a second, if I just wait a
And
second,
watch that. I thought,
yeah, you can just watch these string of thoughts doing its thing. So it's thoughts about thoughts about thoughts. So
yeah,
can a thought feel?
no,
No, a
A
thought
thought
can't feel.
can't
And
feel.
that's
I mean, the whole Oliver or Rob is just a concept, thoughts. It's
Mhm.
just, and it can't feel.
Yeah.
Often I sort of think, oh, I can't feel anything about this life. I'm like, I feel dead inside, and that's because of all these thoughts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's because you're talking from this separate person, the separate person
Yeah,
called Rob. I'm speaking from, but that's
yeah.
not what it is. You're that
But
which is aware of
how do
it.
you get rid of the personal? How do you get rid of the separate self then?
The
It just
person that's
comes, does
trying,
it? Or
yeah, there's nothing to get rid of because it never
yeah,
exists. It's
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 an
not
illusion.
there. How can you
Yeah,
get rid of something that doesn't exist?
man. This is just
It's just
mental.
it's just thoughts. It has no meaning. It's okay to have thoughts. It's just though they don't apply to you because you have to know what you are. What you are is the infinite space, the impersonal beingness. There's nothing personal about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that
Wow.
which is always here. It's that's which always been here. And the mind
Mhm.
wants to come in, the thoughts want to come in and tell you that it's not. But who cares what the mind says? It's all BS.
Yeah.
It's just thoughts, and it's okay that they're there. It just doesn't apply to you. And you'll find that they come and they go because there's only
Oh, they never last. Even the total mind storm always subsides. As you're right, it just comes like a wave and goes. Even if you're like very anxious or anxious, that always passes. It might
Mhm.
be 5 minutes, it might be 30, but you know what I mean? It's just like a wave.
Yeah, because I mean they come and they go, but you're that which is permanent, which is the
Mm,
permanent space of beingness or consciousness, your infinite consciousness. That's all you ever are. That's all you ever can be. That's all anyone could ever be. Everything else is just mind stuff or thoughts that are having these stories and they're playing out. But they're really, it's just thoughts, and thoughts can't feel.
yeah,
Only, but
yeah,
there's still like you're the infinite being. You still have your five senses, so there's still the seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, hearing. That's all that stuff is going on in this space of beingness.
mm.
So those things still
It's very
happen. You
it's
still
very
have the
sim it's
five
very simple,
senses,
isn't it?
but the mind wants to make a story out of those five senses and wants to give it meaning. It's like that commentary in your head that wants to put all these beliefs and these stories, but that's not what's going on. If it's a lot of effort, don't you think? It's a lot of effort trying to
Oh, mate,
maintain that.
it's draining. It's draining.
Yeah, isn't that draining? Why not
It's
just let it
draining to
go
keep the
and just
separate self going because it's just
let
that's
it go? Like, just relax into
oh
what you are. You're effortless. Anything that's effortless, because you're the effortless being. So everything's arising effortlessly. You can see it right now. Like everything, all the thoughts that are coming up right now in your direct
yeah.
experience, they're all arising
Mm,
effortlessly.
mm,
It takes a lot of effort to believe those thoughts and to conduct yourself as a separate person in the world, in the world of duality. It takes a lot of
it
effort. But if
does.
you just sit here and relax, everything will
Yeah.
come to you. Everything always has. You've been doing it the whole time anyway. It's just that the mind comes in after it happens. It's always late to the party, as I like to say. It comes in after and tries to take credit for it. I'll go, I did this, I did that. But really, it's all just happening automatically anyway. Infinite intelligence with infinite love is what's doing it all anyway. It's nothing that some person, some separate person called Rob is doing it. I'm not doing anything. The thoughts want to take claim that it is, but who
I
cares
know
what the
it's a
thoughts
crazy
say?
setup, isn't it? So what was I going to say? Um, so how long have you been doing this for? I mean, when did you sort of do you call yourself self-realized or you've just is that what it is, realizing that the thoughts are just like clouds?
Yeah, one thing what I know for sure is that I'm here, that I exist, that I'm alive.
Yeah,
Beyond that, everything is a story, everything is thoughts.
yeah,
So
yeah.
beyond that, I mean, that's all I can tell you. And I can just tell you that everything's happening effortlessly. Like there's nothing that I'm doing. Like everything's just happening without effort. And
How about
I,
Rob? How about planning? How about planning for your future? Or I mean, do you say, "Oh, I want to have enough money saved by retirement," or
Mhm.
for example, or do you even think about that? Or
Yeah, I mean, before self-realization, before I realized what I truly was, of course I would worry about money and 401ks and running
Mm,
businesses and saving and investing. And I would worry about all that and just try to put all of my focus and attention on that. But when I came to realize my true nature, I would come to see, well, all those things, that's not like what it is. That's all just mind stuff. That's just all thoughts about this person, Rob, like that's doing all these
yeah,
things. And the whole time it was just the infinite being was doing it all automatically, effortlessly. It was all just happening. So I don't worry about those things anymore because I'm already whole. I'm already complete. Everything that I need is provided to me effortlessly. It just
yeah,
appears into my life, into this life
mm,
effortlessly. The infinite being
mm.
always takes care of itself. It's
Wow.
always been that way. And, we've never done anything. Rob's never done anything because that
And it's
because Rob's
nothing,
not real.
nothing's ever happened. Nothing. It's just nothing's ever happened either.
Right.
It's just
Because and
yeah.
you never really even move as the infinite being. You're always here. You're just here in this open
Is the
space of
infinite being
beingness.
everything in existence? Wholeness, completely wholeness.
Yeah, because what it is if you're the open space of consciousness,
Mm.
everything is happening inside of you, the infinite being. So there's just one infinite being. We're all remaining as that one infinite being, and everything is apparently happening, but it's all happening within you.
So even the body and the ego are still part of
Mhm.
that wholeness as well.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no separation.
There's no
Everything
separation.
is, and you can know that in your direct experience if you just look right here, right now, and you just pause for a minute and just notice what thoughts are arising.
Nothing.
Notice the body arising effortlessly. I look down, I see an arm, a leg, I see all that, but it's all part of the space. Everybody always wants to look at the body or the lamp or the TV, but how about the space? Nobody's really paying attention to the space. The mind automatically comes in and labels, oh, this is a body, this is that. But really, it's just one open space of beingness. And these images are just arising after the fact. They're all arising effortlessly
Wow.
and equally after the
Hmm.
fact. But you're always remain as this infinite being, this infinite space of consciousness. It's just that these forms, this one, it's like this one big forms coming up, this one big, all these thoughts are coming up, the body sensations all coming up as one, they're arising effortlessly. I'm not doing anything, they're just coming up. And then the
Yeah.
mind comes in and labels it. Oh, this is a body. Your name is Rob. You're separate. The TV's over there. And really, there's really no distance between here or the moon, really. Everything is just right here in this space of beingness.
I wonder what created this reality, man. It's pretty mental, isn't it?
The what?
I wonder what created the reality. It's sort of I wasn't going to say. Yeah. No, don't worry about that. How about time? Time's a
Mhm.
sort of another interesting one.
Yeah. Well, when you
Like
look at
we,
time, like if you were to ask like a tree what time it is, the tree would say the time is now. There's only the now.
mm,
There's only the eternal now. The mind operates in the past and the future because think about any thought that you have is already after the fact because really everything's just now, 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 now.
yeah,
There is no there's clock time that
yeah,
humans have invented so that they can do business or operate in the dualistic world. But we're always remaining as the eternal now. We are the eternal now. It's just this space of beingness that everything's arising right here, right now. And if you check your thoughts, like anything that your mind is telling you happened in the past, well, when did you think about the past? You're thinking about it now, in the
now,
now.
yeah.
Anything you're thinking about in the future, when are you thinking about it? You're thinking about it now. So they're really everything's happening in the now.
In the future, as I said, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've got all the, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go. I'm meant to be going to Europe and all these travels, and it's sort of
Mhm.
stressing me out. But I don't know where I'm going to end up. I sort of,
Yeah.
uh,
Can you surrender those thoughts and
yeah.
trust trust the infinite being that everything's going to work out fine and
And it always
that
has for me, as you
you're
said.
not
It's
the one
always
in
made,
yeah, you're not the
yeah.
one in control. You're not the one in
Mm.
control and the voice that's in your head isn't you. You're that which is aware of it.
Yeah, the mind's telling me, oh, this will go wrong, and you'll get this, and you'll lose this, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not you though.
It's very liberating, isn't it? Wow, it's beautiful. It's just
Yeah,
so
it's free.
peaceful. Mm,
It's freedom. It's true freedom is when
yeah,
you realize that you're not your thoughts and that the thoughts don't apply to you, the true you, and that everything's taken care of for you effortlessly. It always has been. Because all there really
yeah,
is just this.
yeah, yeah. And even the past, I mean, did that really, the stuff you think, I mean, well, it's not, did it really happen the way you sort of thought it happened? And I get those sort of questions.
There's only
But
this.
there's only this. Wow.
Everything else is just, is this the mind giving you stories and questioning?
Oh.
But what you truly are is this eternal now, the silence.
So it was that guy, that English, sorry, what was this guy's name?
David
It was
Bingham.
the guy that got, yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Yeah, have you listened to any of his YouTube
Yeah, I
channel?
have. He's awesome. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
He wrote the forward for two of my books that I have
Oh,
out on Amazon. I have this one here, Effortless Being,
oh,
Realizing
I have
Your
to buy
Infinite
it.
Self. Yeah,
I'm
David
gonna
Bingham
buy it.
actually he wrote the forward in the book.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I have to buy it. Effortless being.
It's on Amazon. Awakening to Effortless Being, Realizing Your
Thanks,
Infinite
man.
Self. Yep.
You've really cheered me up.
Yeah, check out the book.
What's
That'll be
what's the first
helpful.
what's the first
It
bit of it?
what's
Awakening.
that?
What's the book called?
It's called Awakening to Effortless Being,
Effortless. But it's
Realizing Your Realizing Your Infinite Self by Robert Rugg.
I mean, so how do you see other people that are, do you, Rob? How do
Yes.
you see other people? Do you see, they say there's, no one exists. I mean, how do you deal with other people that are maybe
Well, the thing with
difficult,
the thing with
postponement?
self-realization is there's still, I mean, we're still operating in the dualistic world. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
still a dad. I still, have coworkers, and you're still playing your roles in that world. It's just that you just it's like it's just not as serious to you because it's just a role you're playing. It's almost like an
yeah,
actor in a movie. It's like you're acting it, you're doing it, but it's the infinite being that's peering out of these eyes. It's the infinite being that's doing it all. So there's like a lightness about it, because
yeah. You
that
don't care.
the infinite being can't be touched by anything that's happening in the
Yeah,
manifestation, anything happening in the world. It's just peering through and just having an experience. Experiences come and go, but the infinite
yeah,
being always remains, no matter what's happening, because you're just the infinite impersonal space of beingness that can't get sick, can't die, doesn't get hurt. It's self-fulfilled, it's complete, it's whole, it doesn't need anything, it has everything already because it is everything.
yeah,
It's the silence.
yeah. The silence, beautiful. I love that guy, Ramana Maharshi. He saw this, hundreds of years ago.
Mhm. And that's
Ramana,
the thing with self-realization is equality. Like he's no better than you, you're no
I
better than
know.
him because everything is one. You are the infinite being. Like right now, the way I view you, I'm looking at you is like I see you as the infinite being. I see you as self-realized already. I can't see you any
Wow,
other way. And the way I'm looking at you with these thoughts that you're believing, it's almost like you forgot who you were, what you truly are,
yeah,
because I can see what you truly are. So it's almost like I think that the infinite being is playing a game sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Are you playing a game with the thoughts?
Mate, uh,
Is it entertainment maybe?
well, maybe they are entertainment. Maybe I will sort of wallow in my own sort of self-pity. I don't know what they for.
You look
Maybe I do.
you look pretty happy. I mean, I don't know. I see you as whole and complete. You're the infinite being. You have everything already. You're
Thank
just the
you.
infinite silence.
It's so peaceful, that silence, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
go inward. Go within, take your attention instead of going out there and then drop down, relax,
Further.
drop down
Wow.
and just marinate in the silence.
Wow. And do you talk about no thing and everything, sort of that sort of stuff, or
Yeah, it sounds like
yeah,
the mind likes to come in and like play with like a different lot of stuff that we've learned. I can tell that you've read up on a lot of things, and a lot of that is concepts, but what you truly
yeah.
are is non-conceptual. What you truly are is the silence.
Is that the best thing to focus? Is that the silence is the best? Just relax, just
Yeah, like if you just let everything go right now and you pause your thoughts and
mm,
just, forget everything that you've learned and you just forget whatever the idea is that you have of yourself. If you just have amnesia right now,
mm,
if you have amnesia right now, what's left?
nothing. It's silence.
What's wrong with the silence?
Nothing. It's beautiful. Have you traveled very much? Have you been to like Asia or?
I'm going to where am I going? I'm going to Amsterdam in July, and then I'm getting on a cruise ship going to Berlin, Germany, Estonia, Denmark, a few other places. Can't think off the top of my head. But what I do is when I go on those cruise ships, then people meet me on those cruise ships, and we do like we're doing now, but live in person, self-realization.
Oh, I'd love to come to one of those. So
Mhm.
I'm going to Spain in July.
Oh, you're going to Spain?
Maybe.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be
Yeah,
that area. Like I said, I'll be up in Berlin. I'll be in
Eastern Europe.
Germany,
Yeah.
Denmark, Sweden, like that area. Actually, at the end of March, I'm going to be in the Caribbean. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale, and then I'll be in Dominican Republic, St. Martin, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, like that whole Southern Caribbean area.
Wow.
I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in the United States.
Yeah. So it's all mind, isn't it? Even politics and all that. It's all just nonsense, isn't it? It's all just waves.
The thing with effortless being is it's neutral. Like is just or you see everything as really neutral.
Neutral.
You
Yeah.
kind of go on the emotional scale. You go from like neutral to joyful to euphoria, you know, to extreme joy to bliss.
Have
And
you
then
been
there's
into
just the
bliss?
beautiful,
Have you been
peaceful
in bliss?
silence. Hmm?
Bliss. Wow. You've been
Yeah.
to the bliss state, or wow,
Yeah, bliss is that's part of your true nature, so you can experience that now
wow.
too. Because have you ever heard of the koshas?
Yes, I've heard Rob. I've never understood them though.
Yeah, the way the koshas work is like the five bodies. It's like we start off as the pristine, infinite being that's right here, right now. It's attributeless. It's just the silence, and it's effortless. It's infinite intelligence, infinite love. And then from there, then it goes into what they call the bliss body. So it's basically the infinite being now peering into the bliss body. So now there is awareness that you exist. And whenever you put your mind, the infinite being is aware that it's conscious of consciousness, it's aware that it exists, or existence aware of consciousness, then the bliss automatically just arises. It's like
Wow.
doing a bliss shot. Somebody told me it's like doing a bliss shot. You're in that. And then this is just different ways that the infinite being can peer into these different five bodies to experience life, to have these life
Yeah, yeah,
experiences. And when you're experiencing it from the attributeless, pristine, infinite being, there's just this silence of beingness, kind of like before you were the age of two. There was just
yeah.
attributeless awareness. Everything was arising equally and effortlessly, nothing without meaning and thoughts.
And
And
then suddenly you
yeah,
had to get a
then you get to the
name.
bliss
This is my
body.
body.
Yeah.
Oh,
So then
sorry.
you're going to the
Yeah.
bliss body. That's the next one. And that's just where you're aware that you exist and you feel bliss. And so you can experience that if you'd like to as the infinite being. Or you can peer, and these are all happening in unity consciousness. So everything's happening in unity. Everything you're seeing, everything is one. You're feeling everything is one. There's that. And then, so after the bliss body, then you get into effortless being. And that's still part of unity consciousness. The way effortless being is that you're experiencing everything happening effortlessly. All the images are arising effortlessly. All the thoughts are arising effortlessly. All the body sensations are arising effortlessly, and everything's okay. Everything, there's no, you're in a state of neutrality, and you can go as high as joy and peace and calmness and effortlessness, and everything's being taken care of. Everything's happening automatically, with no effort on your part. Everything's just arising, and you're experiencing life like that. Then from effortless being, then we get into the mental body, and that's where the thoughts come in, and we start identifying with the thoughts as what we truly are. And that's when you can have some of the when you're in the world of duality, and so you separated yourself as the infinite being, and now you're playing in the world of duality where you're believing that you're your thoughts. And so then there could be some thoughts that come in that are negative, and you can start experiencing, I'm not good enough, or, how am I going to make money? Or, what am I going to do with my life? What am my next decision going to be? You have all this, now you're caught in this loop, because you're identifying with your thoughts, and it's draining your energy. And the demiurge, that's what it wants to do. It's an energy game. It wants to take that energy and put it into your thoughts. It's a lot of energy, being your separate thoughts and being this separate person. Whereas when you're effortless being, it's effortless, and there's
Yeah.
no energy expended. But now you're identifying as a separate person in the mental body, believing that you're your thoughts and that you're this separate me with its story. So again, that's in the world of duality. And that's when you can experience some of the lower emotions like depression, stress, anxiety. And that brings you to the next body, which is our emotional body. And they work hand in hand with your thoughts. So when you have certain thoughts, then these emotions come depending on what you're thinking about. So then you can experience, like I said, some of the lower ones, like I'm not good enough, I'm not empowered to do anything. Everything's happened, you experience everything happening to you, this separate
Is that a
person, or
thought or an
me.
emotion?
That's the emotional body.
Okay.
That's the emotional body that you're in. So when you're in that body, you're experiencing the full range of emotions. Of course, in the world of duality, you can still, have some of the higher end emotions too, like joy, personal love, those kind of things on the higher end, contentment, and some joys of life there too. It just depends a lot what thoughts you're identifying with. And so those are that tend to be what manifests, what frequency you're on. So that happens in the emotional body. And again, that's in the world of duality. So that's the fourth body that
I see.
infinite being can go into to peer through and have that experience. But again, the whole time, the infinite being having these experiences through the mental body, the emotional body, it's not being affected by any of it. It's just having that experience,
Yeah.
but it never touches it. It never hurts it or anything like that. It's always remains, we're all remaining as a pristine infinite being the whole time. And then the last body is the physical body, the food body. And of course, we know with the food body, there's a lot of limitations on the food body. You have to feed it, clean it, and take care of it. There's a lot of work with upkeep. And then, of course, the physical body drops at a certain point, but you still remain as the infinite being. So you'll always be aware, you'll always be beingness. It's just that the physical body drops off. So there's a lot of limitations on that. And that, again, that's in the world of duality. So unity consciousness really happens with the first three bodies, according to the koshas. If you want to look at, it's just a way to look at how the infinite being can operate in in your life experience. Of course, the
Yeah.
place you want to be is effortless being, where everything's arising effortlessly. And then from there, you can go into, if you want to go bliss body, or if you just want to remain as have the life experience of what it's like to have bliss, and you kind of go in and out of these, you go in and out of them. But it's good to dwell and to know what you truly are as the infinite being. And the whole time is the attributeless awareness is what you truly are, is what everyone is. Everyone right now, you can't really be anything else but the infinite being is what your true nature is. But you can have these different experiences, these different life
Yeah.
experiences, depending on what you're going to give your focus and attention to. You do have that power to give your attention to any one of those bodies that you choose.
I mean, do you still have negative thoughts come up and what do you say to them? Oh, I don't want to know you, or I don't believe you,
I think once you
or
come
they
to
don't
know,
come
it's
up?
kind of like it's kind of once you find out that Santa Claus isn't real. Like if somebody comes up to me and is like, Father Christmas, Santa Claus, he's going to buy you gifts or whatever. Like if I hear that thought come, like I already know Santa Claus isn't real. Like, so like
Yeah.
how much energy or how upset am I going to really get? Or how much emotion am I
Mm,
really going to invest in that? Like, because you just know. So when like you're effortless being, you're infinite being, there's a knowingness that deep down inside, if you look inside and you feel inside, there's an automatic knowingness about all of this. We're just
mm,
pretending that we don't know, and we're entertaining these thoughts of the mind like we forgot for a minute.
mm.
Infinite consciousness is playing this game where it forgets itself so that it can remember itself. And that's what you're doing right now. You're just remembering, like, oh yeah, I know this. I know this sense of existence. It's always been here. And I've always had this knowingness. Like I know things automatically. I don't need the mind to come in to tell me what it is. And I know it's all happening automatically. I'm the infinite being. Everything's effortless. It takes no effort for me just to exist or to be. It's always
I sort
been
of find
here.
myself, I'd love to go and live like a Buddhist monastery. I mean, how do you deal with other people? Because a lot of people are not awake and they can be a bit triggering. Not everyone. So you just sort of realize that everyone is this infinite being.
Yeah, just look at them. Like when
And
I look
all
at you
their
right
triggers and
now,
issues are just, yeah.
yeah. When I look at you right now, like I see you as the infinite being. When I look at anyone, I see them as the infinite being. And
Wow.
I know that they're just playing this game of pretending that they're not, but I know that your intuition already knows. You already know that you're self-realized. You already know that you're the infinite silence. You're the sovereign being.
Wow.
Not you, Rob, is the sovereign being. That's just the name. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Wow, man. Awesome. That's about it, bro. It's just, yeah.
Everything else now that comes in your space of consciousness, they're just thoughts trying to get you to play in the world of duality again.
Yeah. But you are the infinite being. I am the
Yeah.
infinite being. We all are
Yeah. And you have the option whether you want to
playing that world.
entertain these invitations, these thought invitations. You have the option whether you want to play with them and give them attention, or do you want to just see them as Santa Claus?
Mm. Wow. Thanks, man.
I'm not doing anything. I'm I'm really not. You're doing it all. Don't give me any credit. I can do a thing.
Oh,
I'm just here. We're just here together
mm.
and in this space of beingness, and everything's fine. And everything's
Yeah.
being taken care of, and everything's going to happen automatically. There's really nothing to do, nothing to think about. It's all going to arise effortlessly. It's all going to unfold effortlessly, and you can just relax and just notice it and enjoy the
Mm.
ride.
It's a good feeling, man. It's mellow.
Yeah, it's just peaceful. Everything's good.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
your true nature. Your true nature is effortless being, and whatever ease there is. So in your everyday life, just look for whatever ease there is, whatever joy there is, whatever effortlessness there is, whatever expansion there is. Like
Mm.
if there's thoughts coming and you're feeling constricted,
Just think expansion or
or limited. Yeah, it's like a wake up call. It's like a danger zone, brr, 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 like a red light, brr, where you're going into the world of duality. You're believing these thoughts. Wake up. That's not what you truly are. This is
yeah.
silly. These aren't real. It's Santa Claus thoughts. Let them go.
Yeah, Santa Claus is a good analogy, isn't it?
Yeah, I like
Um,
that one work for me, but different people resonate with different things.
because when I was younger, I believe in because we'd always leave a bottle of beer for my dad and a bit
Mhm.
of cake. And that was for Santa. And in the morning, the beer would be empty and the cake had been eaten. Yeah.
That's great. It's fun
Uh,
to believe. I guess as a kid, it might be fun to believe some of the things of Santa Claus. But after a while, it just kind of gets old. Like, okay, it's time to wake up. It's the same way now with this world, believing that we were thoughts, that we're this limited self, that we're the separate person, that these thoughts are real, that everything out here in the world is so real when it's just a mental world.
but
Uh,
I think it's becoming obvious that it's getting more and more crazy, the outdoor world with wars and it's always been crazy, but it's getting more sort of obvious that I think a lot of people are thinking, is this actually real? The whole sort of reality
again, and
of the
that's just,
outside
again,
world.
and wait, when those are all just thoughts, like there's just
Those are
stories
thoughts.
about
Yeah.
stories about stories. But really, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, look at me, look at the end of the day, it's just
This. Mm, this is what's happening, isn't it?
What's your direct experience? It's just,
Yeah. I've actually got a lot out of investigating. Like you had the old Ramana Maharshi, so the old school sort of yogi sages, and you got the new direct teachers, although there are no teachers like what are their names? What's his name? Tony Parsons, people like that.
yeah, there's no one
It's
here.
all sort of the same sort of message, although there
There's
is no
just the
message. It's sort of
beloved. There's no one here. Yeah, Tony Parsons. He's funny. I look at him as a comedian.
you do?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
comedian.
Um, but he sort of says the same thing. That's his sort of message.
Yeah, sometimes they take it to say, "Oh, this is it. There's nothing to do, and there's just nothingness here." Um, but we can still, like I was saying, still have the five koshas we can go into. We can still enjoy the world of duality. Why
You can,
not? Like,
yes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
like why just say, "Oh, there's nothing here," and just then just have a life experience of being depressed or miserable. It doesn't have to be that way. You can,
Yeah.
as the infinite being, you can choose to have a joyful life and go with whatever's easy, happy, whatever joy there is. You can still enjoy the dualistic world at the same time,
Yeah.
knowing that you're the infinite being. You can
Yeah.
still play in
Yeah.
those arenas. It's really nice
Mm.
sometimes to have.
So
Like I like personal love in the dualistic world is nice to experience.
mm,
Traveling, having a good meal, joy,
yeah, it's
laughing
all
with
good, isn't it?
friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the dualistic world. Now, I don't want to do like I don't want to be invited to the depression party or any of those, or I'm not good enough
Yeah.
party, or I don't have enough money party, or any of those. Like, I just don't entertain those, because I know I'm already whole and complete, and I am the infinite being, and everything is being handled for me, and everything comes to me effortlessly, and all is well.
And
It's always has been that way.
yeah, and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Enjoy
Enjoy
the
it. Enjoy
enjoy the
it.
journey. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there's nothing serious going on if you just right here, right, just always come back to right here, right now, and just be like, really, what's wrong with this moment?
I
I look
know.
around in my direct experience.
Yeah.
What's wrong with right now unless I start thinking about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when we get
True.
into trouble.
Mm.
So
Thanks,
yeah, you're
man. That's
already
awesome.
self-realized. You already realize your true nature. You know what you truly are. All is well.
Mm. 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 Awesome.
Look at
Okay.
me. Look up at
Mm.
me. I can't see it there. I can see you.
Oh,
There, yeah, I like eye contact. So I can see you. There you
sorry,
go.
man.
Yeah, all is well, man. Like, you are self-realized. You are the infinite being. You're the effortless being. Everything is fine.
Mm.
All that other stuff is just stories and dreams and mind chatter that don't apply to the real you. It's just doesn't need your attention. It's
Mm.
silly. All
Isn't
is well,
it?
man.
It's just crazy.
It is. It's so simple too. It's really simple because it's just this
Oh my
silence of
God.
beingness. And when you go inside and you feel your beingness, everything is whole, everything is
Yeah,
complete, everything's peaceful, it's joyful, it's
that's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's just
Mm.
just marinate in that silent beingness.
Mm. Mm. Hey, man, I better go. But I'll be going to make someone for dinner.
Are you? What are you having?
Thai.
Ooh, I love Thai food.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's good stuff. Next time I'm in,
Uh,
where are you at again?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I'll have to look you up.
Mate, you've been awesome. So good. How do I pay you? Do I need to give you some money or
That's up to you. If you want to give a donation, you can.
I will. I'll buy your book.
Yeah, definitely check out the book.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Have you got quite a following around the world, or you mean you obviously got
Yeah. All around the
the
world. Yep.
wow.
All
You
around
love
the world.
enjoy doing this, or it's sort of
Yeah. It
you
just
like you must love
became,
doing it.
it just comes effortless. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everything just
Wow.
arises. And you can too. Like now that you're self-realized, the infinite
Yeah.
being is calling you to,
I
share
think
what
it
you
is.
know. And your
Mate,
intuition knows
what
when
time is it over there? It must be early in the morning.
it's 11:15 at night.
Oh, it's that little. Okay.
Yeah, 11:15 at night.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Are you religious or at all, or what do you think about religion? Is it another concept or
Yeah, like I said, I was raised Christian
mm,
about Jesus and a lot of that you can relate to like Christ consciousness is really what all these names we're giving it
Buddha nature? Yeah, it
is
is.
really
It
what
is.
is really what this is. It's what
Yeah.
Jesus was pointing to. He was pointing to, the infinite being. He always said the kingdom of heavens is inside. It's right here.
Mm,
So you look inside
mm,
and and when you see the world as Jesus did, you see everybody in as the infinite being. That's what he did. He never saw
mm.
people in their sickness. He saw them as well because he
Yeah.
saw them in their perfection, that they're the
Yeah.
pristine infinite being. You couldn't be in Jesus' presence and he just couldn't see your sickness there. That's why things would heal automatically because he knew what he was and what you were, and he knew everything else was just not true. It wasn't the true reality of what was
Mm.
really going on. It was beyond the five senses.
So the ultimate reality is actually before the senses, before you see, hear, touch,
Yeah,
before
those things still happen, but you're even before all that arises, you're just the infinite silent space of beingness, the attributeless beingness that's just here.
nothing can touch.
Yeah, because it's impersonal.
Yeah. And it just sees the world as just what's happening. It's just not a joke, but
What is your direct
yeah.
experience? That's all that matters, is whatever your direct experience is.
Mm. But you sort of feel like you want to be loving to other people, wouldn't you? You'd be loving to the nth degree to other people's
The reason
conditions
why
in
is
life.
because like I said, like I view you as the infinite being, so I'm never going to do you harm. I'm viewing you as myself. So
Yeah.
of course I'm going to show you love because you are myself.
Mm, mm,
I don't see any separation. I see all as one. I see you as me, like you're the infinite being. I'm
mm,
having a
mm.
conversation with myself right now, actually.
Wow.
I'm just a mirror for you.
Yeah.
You brought this about. This is all you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just your mirror.
Yeah. Do you like American football?
Yes, NFL. The Eagles they won the Super Bowl. That's actually I
Is that
live
your
not too
team? Yeah.
yeah, not too far from Philly, so there was a lot of
Yeah.
excitement about the birds. Go birds.
My friend, he follows it. He said he bet quite a bit of money on the other team, saying,
Oh, did
"Oh,
he?
they've won two in a row." Actually, he said, "Can I borrow $1,500 off you, which is quite a bit of money, to
Yeah.
put a bet on this game?"
That's great.
Right? I don't really
Yeah.
know. I just met him about a month ago, and I went round to watch it with him. And he goes, "Oh, they won two in a row. They've got to win the third one. It has to be." And then, obviously gambling doesn't quite work like that. But he did pay me back the money.
That's why they call it gambling, because you never know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
funny, man. So you're gonna have dinner with a friend. What kind of work do you do? What do you do in your everyday life?
I've got my own business. I do training online, and I sell sort of drug testing cups to companies.
What is it?
I drug testing equipment to companies.
Oh, drug testing equipment. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's your own little bit business, yeah.
yeah, it's been good.
Good for you. Good for you. You like it? At least it gives you some freedom, right?
Oh, it's great freedom, and I also I'm sort of into my cryptocurrencies as well.
I
I
hear
don't know if you
crypto's doing
know.
pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I've never been richer, but I've never been sort of more sort of not unhappy, but I realise after talking to you tonight that it's all just money and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, none of that stuff on the outside externally can
Yeah.
bring you True happiness. Your true happiness is you, is realizing
Yeah,
what you are inside.
yeah.
You're as the infinite being, like you realizing you're whole, you're complete. You have your happiness is here. I remember that book Eckhart Tolle. If you ever read that one about the power
Oh,
now.
mate, that's that. I read that in 2003, and it started me on my spiritual journey.
Yeah, that one definitely resonated with me. I like his book.
Yeah,
I like the part when he starts off and he's saying that like a beggar's coming up to him, begging him for money, and he was sitting on that
yeah.
box or whatever, and he goes,
With the
just
gold. Yeah,
the box you're sitting on, open it up, and he opened it up, and there was like all this gold and all this, he's like,
yeah.
you're already rich, so it's inside. We already have like we're all walking around here like beggars, believing that we're
Mm,
this limited, separate self, and that life can harm us, and we got to worry about how we're gonna make money or how we're gonna live or how we're gonna take care of our family. But it's all like if we look inside, we're the infinite being. Everything's whole and complete. Everything's
yeah.
we're being taken care of automatically as the infinite being. It's all happening with love.
And he had that pain body, which dropped, and he was like, "Whoa!" Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
pain body's real. It's
I
like
always
that
thought it,
energy. Yeah.
the separate self just dropped, and he was like, "Whoa, this is it."
Yeah.
And I always thought the pain body would drop. It might drop. That the ego, the me, is quite difficult to deal with. It's very dualistic. It likes, it hates, it's all, oh my God. You know what they call the ego?
What they call what?
The ego, the
Oh, the
me, the
ego. Yeah.
self, the separate self.
Yeah. The separate self. Yeah. A lot
Mm.
of these names and stuff, even like language is like, if you think about it, language is kind of dualistic too, because anything I'm talking about or saying or commenting on is after the fact of this beingness that we are. So it kind of brings
Yeah,
you in the dualistic world. It's almost like I have to separate myself to have that
yeah,
conversation or have that life experience, like we were talking about with the coaches, or when you're remaining as the infinite being or the effortless being, it's all just arising in silence and consciousness. But then
yeah,
when you peer into the world of duality, when you're going into the mental body and the emotional body, now you're taking on that duality, which is, you're experiencing language and stuff. So language, it's like a spell. It's like language can, creates duality, but we almost like we have to use language in order to communicate. And,
yeah,
we can only use language to point to what this is in your own experience for self-realization. Like that's how you realize your true nature is I'm just using language to point to it in your own experience so you can see it for yourself.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you are self-realized.
Thank you.
If any thoughts come in from here on out that say differently, don't believe them. It's not true. It's just the mind. It's just your mind. Santa Claus thoughts. Everything else is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
You're the effortless being. Everything's being taken care of. There's no need to worry about decisions or money stuff. It's all going to happen effortlessly. So whatever becomes easy for you or effortless, like your business, whatever, if that feels easy or effortless, just follow the flow of it without stressing about it, or being attached to it. Give up all attachments and control and know that you're the infinite being. And that's all the infinite being's the one doing it the whole time anyway. It's your mind
yeah,
telling you that it's not doing it. It's your mind telling you that this separate person, Rob, is doing it. He's not doing it.
yeah, yeah.
It's all been taken care of the whole
Because
time.
Rob can't feel, or Oliver can't feel. They don't. It's just
Thoughts can't
a
feel, no.
concept. No.
Thoughts can't feel. Rob can't
So
feel. There's
how
no
does
Rob
the
here.
there's no? I know it's
There's no
crazy.
Rob here to feel. It's just the infinite being doing it all. It's a
Yeah.
case of mistaken identity. That's all.
Mm.
Yeah. All's well, man. Everything's good. Everything's light.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. It's all taken care of. You can just it gets really cool and fun when you're just noticing it all just happening automatically for you. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay, Rob, I better go, man. I've got to meet this
All right,
person.
brother.
But
Hey, thanks for your
okay.
time. Call me, email me, call me anytime if anything else comes up.
Oh, mate, you're a legend. Really enjoyed talking to you tonight. And
Seriously, yeah, just
I'll
give me
give
a
you,
call. I'll be happy to jump
I'll
on
buy you a
with
book. I'll
you.
give you a donation. You're probably not short of money, but thank you so much. God bless you.
All right, brother. See
Thanks,
you.
bro. Thank
Take
you.
care. Enjoy your dinner.